Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to AUSF1 Tier 3. It is Slammer on the mic tonight. I should be driving, but others don't want me there anymore. Only joking. Happy to be here tonight, guys. We will be bringing you the action from Canada. What do we got? Round 6, I think. Round 6, and this is Tier 3. I can see the lads are getting out on track slowly but surely, so we'll just check in with the standings as they are. For now, we'll have a look. There we go. First and foremost, our driver standings. And yeah, that's me sitting up the top there. Won't be for much longer. I'd hazard a guess to say after tonight, it will no longer be the case. And I will be dropping down like a stone. Sebi is the man to watch. Tetris as well as Jetman. I think they're all in here. I'm going to have to check for it in a sec. And yeah, hey, Jaden, how are you, mate? But yeah, they're our driver standings in the constructors. There we go. The mighty Red Bull, almost double everyone else. That's Sebi and I doing the business. Unfortunately, though, like I said, I've been promoted. I should be racing on a Tuesday night from here on in. Frees me up for a little bit of commentary, which we will now. What do you reckon? I reckon we head out onto track and see what's going on. Literally put this OBS package together in the last 15 minutes. So if things go absolutely awry, I apologise in advance. But just let me know in the chat, and yeah, we'll fix it on. Alrighty, there we are. Ooh, we got track. We got stuff. And let's see, who have we got out on track? I reckon we're going to run with Deadly Fuller to begin things. He may be the first one to start the lap in anger. I do have the track map. I'm going to play with that a little bit while I'm doing this. I do apologise on that. But like I said, I only put this together in the last... see something. There we go. Much better. Alrighty, so on board with Deadly Fuller it is, as he starts his very first lap in anger. I think Dom, where's Dom? Yeah, he's on his outlap, so he's good to go. Sebi is, where's Sebi? He's on his outlap as well. Jetman in 9th, he's on the lap. Let's go to Jetman. I think he'll be the first one to get proceedings underway. As Jetman now makes his way down the long back straight. Comes into, you're going to hear me say this a million times tonight, the Wall of Champions, it's the Wall of Champions, the Wall of Champions. Well, Jetman does nothing. Didn't tell me he was on an outlap, said he was driving. Stupid thing. Right, we're going to play these games, are we? Let's go back to Deadly Fuller. You know he was on one. Where are the times? Am I tripping? Or are they all invalid? They must all be invalid. Oh, that is very, very funny. Battle Cat. Yes, thank you, Battle Cat. Finally, a 111.117. All the ones there for Battle Cat. Sebi's gone purple in sector number 2. So let's see how he goes as he makes his run down into the final corner. Gets it turned in nicely. Makes his way down to the start-finish line. Our championship leader-elect goes bang. Puts it up to the top. But not to be outdone, I can see Cubbing has got a purple sector 1. So let's see how he manages this final Pompey supporters. As he now makes his way to the start-finish line. Cubbing crosses the line up into P2, not far behind, well, 3 tenths, but hey, who's counting? 2.5, let's say. 2.5 tenths for Cubbing. Oh, dearie me. Alrighty, let's see how Batman goes as he makes his run through, what's he coming through the final corners? Run to the line for Batman. 1:15.334. Let me know if the sound's coming through all right, guys. If it all works, like I said, literally put this together 15 minutes before we started. Alrighty, who else have we got? Oh, I can see some more purple going on there. It's Tetris. Purple in sector number 2. Z makes his way through the final corner now. Let's see what Tetris is going to do. Tetris is going to be invalid. That's what Tetris is going to do. Invalidation. Must have invalidated on that last turn. It wasn't invalid on last week. And it looks like this lap as well is invalid. So, not good. Have we got anyone that's just starting a lap? Jaden, I know he's in the chat and it means he must be listening. You know what? Buttons again? That one? Ah, yes, there we go. We'll get on board with Jaden Squires, the one and only. As he makes his way into turn number 8, through turn number 9. Makes a long, well, short but long run up to the slowest corner on the track, the big hairpin. But before the, straight after the slowest corner, we've got the fastest straight as he opens it up, approaching the DRS, goes there, bang, opens up that rear wing. And now we'll make his way down. Well, he is invalid, I can see that, so that's a bit poopies. Goes nice and easy so he can actually get a lap done. Let's go, Jaden. I'm going to follow you the whole way around as he makes his way into turn number 1. Through turn 2, hugs the inside, gets a little bit squiggly on the arse end there. A little bit of over-rotation. Into turns 3 and 4. Try and exit speed is the trick through that complex of corners. And here is precision. You don't want too much curve, but you want to catch some of it so it rotates the car. The second part of it though can spin you around, it almost does. Now with DRS, Jaden running down to what I hate, this 8 and 9 complex of corners. And he continues on now down to the hairpin. And we'll see where Jaden puts himself as he does get it just stopped in time. Run as fast as he can. Jaden Squires opens up the rear wing, makes the run to the last complex of corner. Gets it turned in, cut, avoids the wall, opens up the rear wing, makes the run down to the line, and it's Jaden in P8 with a 1:11.987. Good work, sir. Who else have we got? A few on the outlap still, so there we go. Everyone's going to take advantage of the 3 runs currently. Sebi, our championship leader-elect, in the Red Bull, the lone Red Bull. 1:10.697. The only other one in the 10s is Cubbing. Sebi with oh no, it was Cubbing, had a 19.844. I think that's the time to beat in the first sector. And he does beat it, what? 19.585. Purple Odeon there for Cubbing. We'll stay with him as he makes his way through the second sector. Purple through sector 1. Traffic getting out of the way nicely for him. Hopefully didn't distract him too much. As Cubbing now makes his way into turns 8 and 9. And if I'm not mistaken, Purple again. Oh no, not yet. He's just coming up to it now. Purple again, 22.302 is the sector time. So, Cubbing looks like he's on for a big one here. As I think we've had Batman and France. Is that Fran? Never heard that name. Sorry, mate. We'll stay with Cubbing now as he makes his way down to the line. A couple of purple sectors to start with. Let's see he can finish with one. He most certainly can. And it's Cubbing puts himself up by 3.5 tenths. Wasn't quite purple through that sector, but Jetman's put himself up into P2 as well. So let's see how Sebi can respond. What's Sebi done? He is green in sector 1, not quite purple. He's actually quite a ways off. So Sebi, unfortunately, from what I can see, yeah, down, 5 seconds down. He's popped the battery back into hibernation mode. Oh, Venti, good evening, sir. How are you, mate? Hopefully all is well in your world, my friend. Oh, what do you reckon? Do we follow Sebi? I think we do. Well, I think we do just Venti. I've heard Venti and Sebi in comms. Some of the all-time classics they've been. On board now with our championship leader-elect, Sebi K. Makes his way through turns number 1 and 2. Gets it rotated nicely. We'll run down to turn number 3. It will be. He's looking to be at least. Let's see. What's the time? 72 through sector 1. He's up on his personal best. 19.777. Not quite purple though. So he's still got a bit to do. Now runs into turns 8 and 9. Keeps it valid very nice and tough too. And now 4.5 tenths up on his previous best. Purple through the second sector Sebi. Can he keep it all together? The run to the line. Currently, what's he? Nearly up. 0.49 of a second behind. Provisional pole of coming. Let's see. Sebi. Can he take full advantage? He does. Keeps it valid. Very nice through the final corner. And our championship leader-elect puts himself up into provisional pole position. If you don't mind, 3 tenths of his own, 2.5 to be exact. Let's get on board with JJ, which is doing very well. That's good to hear. But it's like, oh, Venti, too nice, mate. You're too kind. We'll go to sleep. Wake up in the morning and you'll see the results. Give me a tip before you piss off. Let me know who you think is going to take it out. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear. Let me turn the game down rather than turn me up. How's that? Because I don't think I can turn my mic up anymore. It's give me the shits. Unless I move it a bit closer. Is that better? Oh, invalid there. Just on board with JJ, who has invalidated. Who do we jump on with next? Bridgie. Let's see how Bridgie's going. As he makes his way down to the line, he does improve up into P5. Goes Bridgie, good work. Who else we've got on a lap? Deadly Fuller, I believe. Let's see how Fuller goes as he makes his way into the last couple of turns. Gets a little bit squiggly on the exit, he does. Sets his first lap time of 13.013, does Deadly Fuller. And the only one who has yet to set a time will be Tetris. He's a contender up there, so he's going to want to get a valid one in. Seb to win by 11.5 seconds. Peanut, podium, Bridgie, fastest lap of the race. All right, well, I like it. I like it. I think Sebi would like that as well. Alrighty, how is Mr. Fuller going? Is he on a lap? He looks like he may be. He most certainly is. Oh no, he's 8 tenths down on his previous best. Actually, he's on an in lap, that's why. Well, let's go to Tetris. We'll run with Tetris as he tries to put a dent into the starting standings as he now makes his way through turns number 1 and 2. The Virage Centre, as it's called. Oh, I'm just learning that now. I learn something new every day. Through turn 3, Pont de la Concorde. 3 and 4 is that. T5 is called T5. And T6 is called T6. I will, Battle Cat. I'm going to, you know what? Just because you said that, I'm actually going to ride on board with him. Even better. All right, as he makes his way into the turn 8 and 9 complex, a bit of a chicane type of complex, keeps it valid. So far, so good. No time to compare against as he makes his way into sector number 3. Gets it turned and nicely hugging the inside. Great traction, good exit speed as well. And it is Tetris all in his hands as he can make his way up to the final complex of corners. And this is where he invalidated last time. Fingers crossed, ladies and gents. The Wall of Champions invalidates again and bombs it on the front nose. And there, Mr. Battle Cat is an invalidation with some damage. And he needs to go around again. And there is 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the timer. And he will not be setting a lap. And he will be starting at the back with you, just like you wished for. All right, who we got? Peanut is slightly down on his previous lap. Who's P9? No, that's fine. Cubbing, he's on his out lap. All right, so we'll stay on board with Peanut now as he makes his way across the final DRS activation zone. Down the long straight he comes. Up to the last corner, 1 minute left on the clock before the checkered flag comes down. Peanut will get his time in just nicely. What's going to be compared to his previous best? 11.013, improves by half a second to a 10.466. Up onto the second row goes Peanut. Cubbing is on his lap. Let's see if he can contend as well. Where is he on the track map? There he is. Number 2 in the red, the Scarlet Ferrari. Let's keep an eye on those sector times for Cubbing. Hasn't gone purple in sector 1, a 19.621 it was. Sebi hasn't been able to match him though, 700ths away. Coming through sector number 2, 22, still again not purple for Cubbing, so we're going to need some improvements. I think Sebi may have improved on his previous best, but we'll just stay with Cubbing now as he makes his way down the long straight. See if he can put a little bit of a dent into it there, hitting 328 kilometres an hour, it looked like, into the Wall of Champions. He goes, makes his way up to the line. What sort of a time's Cubbing going to set? 10.207, a little bit of an improvement. No, it was invalid. Let's see how Sebi's going to go. As Sebi makes his way into the last corner, it's pretty much guaranteed pole position for the Kingmeister. Sebi from a 9.94 does not improve, but does stay at the top of the timing charts. I can see Jetman has invalidated, so no time for Jetman. Who we got? Domwar, he's 2, has invalidated. Oh, that's it. I think it's Paul in Hell's the last one. Let's see how he goes as he makes his way into the last. No, he doesn't. He makes his way into the pits. Cubing. Cubing. Oh, yeah, there's one B. Cubing. Thank you, sir. Cubing. All right, cubing unseen. We'll start on the front row next to our championship leader-elect in Sebi K. Jetman, another contender, up there in P3. Peanut in P4. Kingy up in P5. Bridgie P6. Domwar in 7th. JJ in 8th. Jaden Squires in 9th. There was an Alpine in 10th. But it's all about Sebi tonight. So far, anyway. There it is. Sebi K, 21. 109, 943. The only one to hit it into the 109s. And we'll just follow through. There's a surprise of the evening. Tetris does not get a lap done in anger. No disqualifications, nothing like that. Just no valid laps. I wonder how he's going to go in the race. Yeah, thanks, Josh. Smart ass. I gathered that. All right. Well, let's get ready because it is nearly time for Round 6, Tier 3, Canada, Montreal. Track I don't really like too much. I don't know what you guys think, but there it is. Looking a little bit grey. Weather says it's looking all right, so hopefully so far so good. Let's have a look. Anything going on in the chats? Nothing. We're all good. All right. Okay. Well, the lads are getting their setups ready. Fine tuning. Getting a little bit ready to rumble. And by ready to rumble, hey, there's Impulse. How are you, mate? It's Slammer here, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Well, there you go. Well, there's only 3, 4. Well, there's 5 red lights. Out they go. Now. And it is pedal to the metal. Sebi gets a magnificent getaway. Cubing just seems to be lagging behind a little bit. Peanut looks to go up the inside and does get the job done on Jetman. But it's all about Sebi K. Sebi K manages to not only come out ahead, but straight ahead. He's almost half a second already. We can see Peanut, who's making the move there on Jetman. Kingy on into P5. Domore in P6. So far, so good. Everything looking all right, but it is the Sebi story to start with. Let's have a look at the tyres before we go. Mediums for our top 6, pretty much hards the rest. So let's see how we go. A little bit of a mixed up strategy here. And with the recent change in the game to the tyre compounds for Canada, me has a feeling that it may be a bit of a two-stopper tonight. And just looking up at the weather there, right at the top of your screen, you can see overcast. Can't see too much rain on the horizon, so let's see how we go. But it is Sebi who is leading out the train. And, well, mate, I say a train. He's already broken a second to Cubbing behind, and this could be the Sebi show, if you don't mind. Let's see how we go. Sebi now crosses the line. We'll take the fastest lap, of course. It is only the first one. DRS has now been enabled, and it'll be Cubbing that'll need to be holding off Peanut behind him. So let's just get on board with Peanut. Let's see what sort of catching up he can do. Because, Cubbing's going to be left a little bit susceptible now to the DRS, but maybe not, because Peanut's now dropped out. And we're only on lap 2. We've already had a double break. So it's going to be Jetman. See if Jetman can take advantage of that DRS as he makes his way through turn 7 into turn 8 and 9. We can call it the chicane. I'll call it a chicane just for the sake of it. Let's see if he can stay nice and close. Jetman coming up into the hairpin. It's great to have Impulse there in the chat. Let's see as he now makes his way down, opens up that rear wing right about now. And off he goes in pursuit. Has he got enough runway to get the move done? He most certainly does not. Peanut, great straight line speed, and these two will just need to have to sit behind now and maybe try and work together to try and catch up to Sebi, who said sayonara. Cubing 1.1 seconds behind, but he is having a bit of a crack at him, trying to get back within the second, and ever so close, 1.1 seconds. Maybe, oops, I'll put that one back on, but we'll put the lap data on. There we go. Oh, there we go. First penalty already. It's Tetris. No surprise after watching him qualifying tonight. Didn't get a valid lap in. And, yeah, already it's penalty central. And I can see already, ladies and I'm going to count these up. There's 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 15 invalidations already. We are at the start of lap number 3. Cubing must have had, or Cubing must have had a bit of an issue. He's now dropped 2.2 seconds behind. But it can't be too much of an issue because Peanut hasn't managed to catch up. Maybe it's just Sebi who said sayonara and thinking Slammer's not here tonight. I'm going to go off to the races. Take full advantage. Let's have a look at our movers and shakers just as we come into the 4th lap. So we can see Jetman and Peanut had a bit of a swap around. Dommore's had a nice little jump there. Kingy's dropped a spot. Bridgie's dropped 3. Paul has dropped a couple. Jaden Squires, unfortunately, dropping like a bit of a stone, as has Deadly Fuller. 11.5 seconds, mate. 11.5. It's going to be 11.5 by the pit stage. We've already had our first stopper in Deadly Fuller, so he must have had some form of damage there. As we do get a little bit of a spread, but I can see Peanut has managed to catch up a little bit. Only just, but managed to catch up to Cubing ahead. All right, Venti, I've got another question for you. What's going to be the total sum of penalties at the end of this race? There you go. I can tell you we're 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've got 17 invalidations already. 4 laps in from all the drivers. As we can see, Dave gets the move done there on JJ. More than likely coming into the Wall of Champions. And putting those hard tyres to good effect. We'll see another little battle going on there for the places. Paulie and Tetris. Tetris just... We're going to get on board with Tetris here because he's a feisty little character, he is. We'll get on board with him. Let's see. Already with the 3-second penalties, Tetris. And there's our second one, friends. 3 seconds for you too. It won't be... not the first. And certainly won't be the last tonight. I'll give you the hot tip. Tetris must have had a little bit of a... Oh no, he's managed to make the move on Paul. And now he's on the chase of Batman ahead. Tetris on the medium tyres. If we head out back to the front, Peanut just up the clacker there of cubing, as Josh likes to call it. And we'll just watch this battle here for P2. They have had a bit of a breakaway from Domwar, who's in a little bit of no man's land P5. And there's yet another one, JJ. 3 seconds of his own. Oh no, what did Tetris do? Speeding in the pit lane. Jeepers creepers, Tetris. That is highly unfortunate, mate. I've got a feeling you might be doing another pit stop though, so you'll be able to piss that one off sooner rather than later. But it is Sebi miles ahead for this stage of the race. 5.2 seconds, almost a second a lap. He's gapping the field by. It's not that the guys behind are fighting. I just think they're 4 minutes worth of pens all up between 8 drivers. 4 minutes worth of pens all up between 8 drivers. I reckon all 17 are going to cop a pen. I can tell you now, actually, maybe not. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 drivers that have not had an invalidation yet. Just the 5 out of the 17. As we can see, Domwar now gets the move done. Who's that? Jetman, does he come into the pits? He most certainly has. So early pit stops there for some of our drivers. Lap 6 is early indeed. A bit of a train just going up behind the Battle Cat now. Battle Cat's made up quite a few spots. Let's just have a look. What's he moved up? 9 spots he's moved up. Starting on the alternate, well, you'd have to call it the alternate strategy. Starting on the hard tyres. And he'll just want to try and catch up to Dave. And then, hopefully for his sake, make his way up to the train. Let's bleed the tyres up there. There we go. So the Battle Cat on a charge indeed. Just keep an eye on those times. 2.4 seconds, say 2.3, 2.4 seconds behind Dave, who's currently sitting in 5th spot. At the front though, we have had a complete and utter split. And now it's Domwar. We've had another pitter. Who's that? It is Peanut from a podium position. Peanut has now come into the pits. Seb will go long, has had no pressure all race and will end the race with the freshest tyres out of the lead runners. He does like to kill his tyres a little bit, does Sebi, but at the same time, having spent quite a bit of time with him in the chats, being his teammate so far this season, I also know that he's vastly improved his tyre management, especially from the first couple of races. Oh, there's a spinner. Who's that? We do have a spinner. Someone is dead. It is Cubbing. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's got to be a safety car, right? Kingy has smashed into Cubbing and absolutely killed him. And it is a safety car. So, for those that have boxed, you poor buggers. For those that haven't, congratulations. As if Sebi needed any more of an advantage. There it is. We do have a safety car. Unfortunately, Kingy probably wouldn't have seen Cubbing there and has just gone thwack. And that is the end of the Ferrari of cubing. So whichever kick that was trying to get out of the way, he says in the chat. Very unfortunate, mate. Very, very unfortunate indeed. But Kingy lives to fight another day under safety car. He will come in. He will fix whatever needs fixing. And everyone at the top there, into the pits they come. Off those medium tyres, onto a set of hards for the majority, except for Dave. Dave's put on another set of mediums, as has Bridgie. Very interesting. All right, so everyone can take a little bit of a collective breath. Yeah, that was a bit yucky there. It was a bit horrid, to be honest. Just went whackety whack whack. Gives everyone an opportunity to come and have a change of tyres. We can see Kingy just getting that nose repaired. Manages to do so nicely, and he lives to fight another day. Sebi takes control once again on those hard tyres, having completed one stop. Now has 8 lap fresher tyres than the Battle Cat just before him. But Battle Cat, look at this. He has moved up 13 spots. Original Paulie as well, 10 spots up for him. But very importantly, as we can see there, they have yet to pit, as Jaden has not pit either. Everyone else has gone in and had a chat to the mechanics. And this track, more than likely, you'll need to do it a couple of times. Especially with the very, very short pit stop time thing of a jig. All right, so we take a little bit of a breath. Wait for Kingy and Deadly Fuller to catch up. And we'll see how they go. I'll just catch up on the chat, see what's going on in Discord, make sure I'm not missing anything. Not missing anything other than my PC slowing to an absolute grind. All right. Breather time. Absolute breather time. Oh, what's happening now? Okay. Not far away. Kingy and Fuller, they'll be there. Think we need George Russell's Revenge 2.0 followed by Verbal Abuse 3. How's the wife? The wife's very well, mate. She's just chilling in there with Puppy. With the doors closed so she doesn't hear my dulcet tones. All right, here we go. Safety car will be in this lap as we say goodbye to Cubing, unfortunately. Sitting in a good spot he was. But he is now out as the safety car is in this lap, and I'm pretty sure it is Sebi who's already said sayonara. 6th, 7th, 10th jump on the Battle Cat. The Battle Cat's a wily old character though. He's not going to let him get away with it that easy. Unfortunately for him though, he is on what is it, 10 lap old, well, eight lap older tyres than what Sebi's tyres are. So Sebi's going to have to make hay while the sun shines, or make sun while the hay shines, whichever way you want to look at it. I will be at the GP next year. Well, of course I will be. Come on, Venti. You're taking the pith. You know I'm there. So the field has compacted again, but as I say that, already a 1.3 second gap has opened up between Sebi and the Battle Cat. We can see a little bit of toing and froing going on in the midfield there. Peanut and Bridgie. Bridgie manages to get his spot back as just has a little bit of a look up the inside. That was actually Domore that made the nice move there in the Ferrari. Good work there from Domore. We can see Dave as well, just tangling a little bit there with Jaden Squires, and does manage to get the job done, albeit Jaden just comes back at him. They're going to go too wide coming into the champions, Wall of Champions. They do manage to sort themselves out, and it's Dave who gets his nose ahead coming into the Wall of Champions and across the start-finish line to begin the 12th of these 35 laps here in Montreal, as we have another penalty I do believe I saw there. What a great battle here going on for the minor placings though. P7, P8, a little bit of a look up the inside. Who was that? Is that Jaden again? Let's have a look. Jaden has, well, he's just dropped off a little bit, maybe getting a little bit overzealous. Here we go, let's get on with him. Now sitting up the clacker there of JJ. Jaden in that kick Sauber. He's going to be under a little bit of pressure there from Tetris, as we can see. Tetris almost giving him a bit of a sniff up the rear end. Says, no, not quite yet. Now Tetris has a move up the inside, coming into the chicane, into the hairpin, and easy as you like, Tetris on those fresher tyres gets the move done very, very easily indeed. No doubt. I'm pretty sure he would have. Oh no, he didn't serve his pen. Okay. So still 13 seconds worth of penalties there for Tetris. Probably would have been a good time to get rid of it, but then, yeah, would have been leaving some fresh-ish tyres. Yes, yeah, I agree, Impulse. That is very, very true. Believe it or not, I've got an old shitty laptop that I'm actually running the stream from, and I've got the main PC on the side there with the capture card. First time I've done it this way. It actually handles the game okay, but this overlay, oh, it does not like it one little bit, as you can see. It's just in, I think I can. Alrighty, Night Venti. Nice chatting, sir, as we do have another two-wide battle going on. Jaden now with Paul in Hell joining in for the party, as well as Kingy. So Kingy's looking to try and make his way back up as well. The two Saubers having a little bit of a play around, but it is the McLaren of Paul in Hell who does manage to just stick ahead. Leaves the Saubers in his wake as we move up to see Bridgie just get the move done there on Original Paulie. Original Paulie is dropping like a little bit of a stone. JJ picks up yet another pen. That is another 3 seconds. As Original Paulie, like I said, dropping like a stone. He's done 12 laps on those hard tyres. That is enough. In he comes, as does Franz. But it is the Sebi K show. 2 seconds ahead. Deadly Fuller picking up the pen now. So these tyres are just starting to get a little bit of wear into them. And yeah, not as controllable through this slippery surface in Montreal, and it's going to make it very difficult for all these drivers to be able to keep it within track limits. I can tell you there are only 2 drivers currently without invalidation. I'm happy to name them. Dave in P5 is one of them, and who's that in P13? Jaden Squires is the other. Everyone else has at least a penalty. I won't say how many. Let's just say some are teetering on the edge of the steward coming and spanking them over the arse within 3 seconds. But let's see how it plays out. Not much to see up the top, but it is Dave in P5 on those medium tyres. Those medium tyres probably going to be just behind the equally aged hard tyres of Domore just ahead of him. So This will make it for a little bit of an interesting one. Dave has taken full advantage of the softer rubber, but as we know, that softer rubber doesn't last anywhere near as long. And then the hard tyres, which are by far the best race tyres around this circuit and pretty much every other circuit on the game, will come into their own, and no doubt about that. As you can see, Battlecat now has just dropped off, yet to make a pit stop, 4 seconds behind Jetman in P3, but Battlecat has really set himself up after starting, well, from his standards, very low down. He's up 12 positions, so starting in P15, like I said, very low for his standards, but has managed to make a significant jump up and is currently sitting on the provisional podium with everyone, I can almost guarantee everyone still needing to pit at least one more time. Alrighty, so where are we at? We have got Sebi, bit of a masterclass tonight. So we'll just let him go off and run his own race. But it is Dave who is just chomping at the bit now of Domore. Dave on the 7-lap old mediums. Domore on the 7-lap old hards. Let's get on board with him as he makes his way through turn number 3, Pont de la Concorde. There's that complex of corners. 3 and 4 comes into turn 5 and 6, where you really got to watch that inside curb. Manages to ride the inside of both 6 and 7 very nicely. Now he makes his way up into the chicane 8 and 9, otherwise known as T8, T9. I'm sure they got names. So we'll just see what sort of an impact DRS has, as we can see. Oh, so it's brought up the tyre wear. So Dave on 25 on the mediums, we can see 18 on the hards there. Let's see as that time just drops 4, 3 tenths, 2 tenths. Not quite enough though, and Dave just needs to tuck in a little bit. Maybe get himself a little bit closer. The exit of the hairpin right at the end there. So we'll just stay with him a bit. It looks to be just about the closest battle going on other than Tetris. Let's see how Tetris is doing. Can he make a move on this, the Batman, Bruce Wayne himself? Both flashing away, conserving a little bit of battery. Yeah, I don't mind it. Let's get on board. Franz, yet another penalty. What's that? 22, 31, 34 seconds worth of penalties already. Tetris, look at that, the overspeed coming through. Almost comes into turn 8 now. He needs to keep this level of distance. Stick right up close to the Batman ahead, because the dirty air is going to be a little bit yuck as he makes his way into turn number 10. Oh, has a bit of a look up the inside after Batman goes super wide. Can he get the run out of the exit? It looks like he may do. He's going to have the advantage of DRS, and the advantage of DRS also means pass. But it is Deadly Fuller who's deadly. He's done. What's happened to Deadly Fuller? No safety car, just the yellow flag. Right. We've got a retirement and there's no safety car. Sebi will be loving that. Not sure Battlecat would have liked it too much, because he's just come in, put on a fresh set of medium tyres, and he's going to try and work his way through the field. As we have made it past the halfway mark. We are now into the second half of this race. And the gap's spreading out all over the place. There's Peanut looking. He was there or thereabouts for the majority of the time, and Peanut now just nibbling at the heels there of Domore ahead of him. Let's see how we go as he now makes his way around The final couple of turns gets ready to start the 19th tour of this Canadian Grand Prix. So it does seem to be, he's going to hate me for saying this, does seem to be Sebi in the wrong tier. Hopefully he comes back and listens to this later tonight. Dominating, as he has the majority of this season, pretty much all of it. Further 6 seconds behind Jetman is Domore, as you can see from the track map there. Gap between 1 and 2, similar gap between 2 and 3. And then it just gets a little bit tighter between P3 and Batman in 8th position. Let's see how Battle Cat's going on those fresh tyres. Is he going to make? Yes, he does. Move complete on Paul in Hell, as Deadly Fool unfortunately has left the session after that retirement. As we have another yellow flag. What's the yellow flag for? No idea. It's Battle Cat now has a little bit of a look up the inside. He most certainly does in that racing pool. Gets the job done very nicely on his teammate JJ. And now he's in pursuit of Kingy, who's in P9. So wanting to take full advantage, as he does set a purple final sector, I can tell you that much. Purple final sector there for Battle Cat, so he's definitely on a charge. Is the charge going to be enough to catch up to the guys that are just off to the races up ahead? Already, Battle Cat up the diffuser there of Kingy. Don't think the Sauber's going to have much of a response to these 2 lap old medium tyres. He'll get the better exit, better traction, better exit speed as he now crosses the DRS detection zone, opens up that rear wing. What's he going to do? He's going to have a look up the inside. Yeah, absolutely easy as you like. Plenty of room left there, and Battle Cat now 5 seconds of clean air ahead of him as Tetris comes into the pits. And he'll be serving that pen, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that 13 seconds will probably reduce down to 3 by the time he's finished. But it's Battle Cat who's making the move. Yeah, it's nothing. It's Impulse, Canada, it makes a 2-stop very, very viable, if not the quickest strategy, because it's just so quick. And those fresh tyres, as you can see from Battle Cat, who's absolutely charging through the field. If you have a look at the tyre delta that he's got, 3 lap old mediums against 12 lap old hards, he's caught 3.5, nearly 4 seconds. I think we have a, what's happened to Franz? That's not, no safety car coming up on mine, just a yellow flag. Yeah, 70, it is quick. It's very, very quick. Just as quick as what Battle Cat is. He's right on the tail now of the Batman, and I reckon next time they get past the DRS detection zone, he will be there or thereabouts. Already made his way up into P7. We've got a few more pitting. Paul in Hell picks up 3-second penalty. You see Peanut coming into the pits, putting on a fresh set of hard tyres. I don't think Sebi is under any threat at all of an undercut from anyone, so he can just go until he wants. Righto, fella, jumping on my ring. Good on you. Good on you, Impulse. That's what I like to see, mate. Promoting more driving JJ onto a set of softs. I don't know how long they're going to last, mate. I'll give you the hot tip. It won't be 13 more laps. Maybe 3, if you're lucky. There it is, Battle Cat already right up the diffuser of Batman. And Battle Cat now, he's gonna make easy work of him as Peanut now picks up the 3-second penalty. Batman's not going to give it up very easily. The Haas just positioning his car nicely through turn number 10, coming to the kink of turn 11, and it'll be here that the rear wing is going to open up. Oh, well, I think Batman also gets a rear wing open. And it doesn't matter. Battlecat with the greater traction on exit gets the job done. And now he has set his sights firmly on Bridgie just ahead. And just ahead of that would be Dave. If we have a look at his tyres there, you can see, I won't say them out loud in case the drivers are listening, but they've still got quite a bit of life left in them, that's for sure. Plenty of time for him to make some considerable moves. We'll just follow him around a little bit because he is the man right now. Making all the moves, providing all the action with no threat of weather. We can see up the top there, just overcast, that's what it says, albeit it is on approximate. So they do say Montreal is a little bit like Melbourne weather, which means, mate, it could start pissing down any second, who knows. But for now, we're good. Again, the scene of so many overtakes for the Battlecat. The exit of turn 10 will have the better traction. But this time, I think Bridgie's going to have DRS himself. You can see the rear wing open up. Is the traction going to be enough? Are the tyres going to be enough? Comes up side by side into the wall of champions. Not going to make it easy for him, but does get the move done very nicely indeed. The Battlecat puts himself up. And unfortunately, Dave with a 10-second penalty. Oh, that sucks considering that he has not had a single invalidation all game and manages to do that. That is such a shame for Dave. And like that, Battlecat, he is up into P6, and I have a feeling LMU, yeah. I've had a bit of a go of LMU Impulse, and I don't mind it. I think I just need to sweat a bit too hard to get any good at it, and I just want to jump in and have some fun. All right, so can Battlecat make up, 8 seconds to Dolmore ahead? Or is Dolmore going to see him coming and think, might be time to put a fresh set of boots on, because I've got a feeling Battlecat will need to put his own fresh set of boots on. He's done 6 laps already, he's got 10 to go. Maybe he can make him... Oh, he's going to be struggling to get them to the end, that's for sure. But we'll see. Can he turn into a tyre whisperer? So we'll see what else we got going on. We've got Dave, who's just come out of the pits, carrying a 10-second penalty, but right up the clacker there of original Paulie. And we should see Dave... Well, not only does he get the job done easily, no resistance at all as Paulie pulls himself into the pits. And he'll put a fresh set of boots on. So, last move from our drivers. 10 laps to go at the completion of this one. Tetris picking up the fastest lap with a 12.758 on those hard tyres. And the field has spread as you can be. What is Sebi going to do here? Is he going to continue? Sebi continues on. He's done 16 on the hards. Maybe he's thinking of bringing them home. 11 seconds ahead. Doesn't want to risk a puncture, that's for sure. But I'd love to know what his tyres are at right now. And what he's thinking. We've seen from Battlecat the way he's zoomed through the field. Very easy to make up some time. Domwall might be having a little bit of a crack at it. And just like that, Battlecat, he's back up onto the podium positions. Very, very nice work indeed. The penalty monster hasn't been so harsh tonight, though. I can tell you that much. I was expecting considerably more and considerably worse. But our top two, Sebi and Jetman. There we go. Sebi, 45%. Oh, Jetman's tyres aren't looking the best. Very interesting. So Sebi has become a little bit of a tyre whisperer these days, albeit he hasn't had much to really push for. I reckon Seb's going to look to try and bring it home. Yeah, he can do it quite easily. If I was engineering him, that's what I'd be advising, but I'm not, so I won't. But I think Jetman's going to need to come in very, very soon. We'll see how Batman's going now. He's on a fresh set of hard tyres. And he's right up the clacker there of Paul in hell. Paul in that, I'm pretty sure it's the Chrome Mercedes. It is the Chrome Mercedes. Oh, Chrome McLaren, sorry. And it should be light work for Batman to get him. So we can see Peanuts just made a move back on the Battlecat. Battlecat's back into the pits again. Okay. Interesting. All right, so Battlecat off with the old, on with the new. Fresh set of meds, and this is what the Battlecat is going to bring home for us tonight. A fresh set of medium tyres. How do I do interval? I don't want interval, sorry. Let's see how far behind. Get back on there. Let's just see when Battlecat comes out. 45 seconds behind our leader. And what's that? 14 seconds behind Peanut comparatively. So 45 and 14. It'll be interesting. See how that pans out. So Batman, Battlecat having a little bit of a how you do. Battlecat has now a bit of a look up the inside. Not quite. With the tighter line coming through turn number 10, and this should be easy pickings now for Battlecat. As the DRS will help him just go zoom, zoom past. Back to try and regain his P3. Jetman has come into the pits. Off with those stinky tyres. On with some freshies. Comes out in P3. Right on the back of Peanut, who's in P2. So nice little battle now for the last podium positions. 31 seconds ahead is Sebi. A tier 2-esque drive here from Sebi K. Maybe I will be driving against him after all. Who knows? Kingy now picks up a 3-second penalty, and there he is, Sebi. Into the pits he comes. All right, we'll see the true amount of time that is lost in the pits, because it was 30.7 seconds when he came in. What's it going to be when he comes out? We'll let him take a couple of turns to get back up to speed. So from 30.7, it's come to 10.7, 11 point, yeah, 10 or 11 seconds. So there you go, 19 seconds, 19, 18 seconds, just like Impulse said in the chat earlier. Very, very quick. Really makes the 2-stop the way to go around Canada. And I think from here on in, Sebi's going to just continue on and get the bizzo done. Jetman, though, if we have a look at the pens, what do we got? So Peanut carrying 3 seconds. Jetman just makes the move on him. And Jetman now will be in pursuit. There you go, everyone with 2 stops except for Kingy, who's made 3. One of them nicely forced after crashing into an abandoned Ferrari of cubing. So the fresh tyres there of Jetman, the medium tyres, 11-second gap. Can he make any headway into the rampaging Sebi K out ahead? Now we'll really get to see the difference in these tyres, because they will be absolute go, go, go flat chat for Jetman. Whereas Sebi can afford to just chill out a little bit. But also importantly, in P4, Domwar, who's currently just 3.5 seconds behind Peanut, who's on track for P3, but carrying that 3-second penalty. Domwar will be wanting to get within those 3 seconds, of course, and to take that last podium spot. And Peanut has just dropped out of DRS from Jetman ahead. So it's going to make it a little bit easier for Domwar to catch up. If he's got the pace, he's definitely got the tyres for now. 4-lap-old mediums versus 8-lap-old hards. So unless anything unforeseen happens here. The field pretty much spread all the way through now. You can see on that track map, they are everywhere. Maybe P8, 9, there or thereabouts. I think the main part of this race is who's going to get that last podium spot. Domor, 3.7 seconds behind. He needs to be within 3 seconds, and he will have it. Good old Canadian GP, a few soft runners right at the bottom there. JJ, 9-lap-old softs. Kingy, 6-lap-old softs. Are they going to explode on you guys? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? All eyes, though, on Domor. 3.5 seconds. Needs to get it within 3. Jetman making minor inroads into Sebi ahead, but we are on the 31st of 35 laps here. And the one that we haven't really spoken about too much is the man in P9 there. Tetris carrying his 3-second penalty after copping a tenner earlier, serving it in the pits through his second stop. Up 5 spots. As we do have a yellow flag. Where is that yellow flag? Who knows? So I think now a lot of the drivers, they'll be looking at the gaps thinking, you know what? They're not catching me and I'm not catching them. So time to chill. And there's only a few that won't be thinking that. One of them will be Domor. He'll be thinking, I've got to go to catch up. Whereas we have a yellow flag in sector number 1. I'm not sure what's happened there, but it's gone. So yeah, Domor will be looking to try and catch up to Peanut. Peanut's going to be looking to try and stay ahead of Domor, which he's doing a fantastic job of right now. And the Batman, if we just have a look at the Batman, here we go in P8. Let's see if he's going to set up a move here on Bridgie. Just see how close he is. Batman 7/10, just on 8/10 as they make their way into turn number 10. And this is where you really need the exit, the traction, foot to the floor, pump the battery. Is he? I can see the meter just dropping. He most certainly is. Opens up that rear wing. And look at the overspeed from Batman, if you don't mind. Round the outside coming into the Wall of Champions. And Batman just says, see you later. Absolutely rocketed past Bridgie there, like he wasn't even there. Batman up another position into P7. And on the 33rd lap of 35, Jetman in P2, Peanut P3. Carrying that pen, seems to maybe just done enough to stay ahead of Domor there in P4. So the Red Bull from the Mercedes, from the Alpine, from the Ferrari, we've got different constructors all over the place. It is Alpine who's going to take home a nice chunk of points though, between Dave and Peanut in P3 and 6. I'm not sure if it's going to stay like that once the stewards' penalties are applied. Who else have we got? Let's get on with Paul. So Paul now 6-lap old, medium tyres up against the slightly older tyres of original Paulie. We'll do the same thing. We'll get on board. You can see a little bit of battery being saved there. I'm pretty sure original Paulie listens to the stream as well. So if you're listening, mate, he's coming to get you. Didn't quite get the exit that he needed, I don't think, coming out of turn 10. So may just need to conserve that battery a little bit more, as we have our leader started the penultimate lap. He's currently on lap 34 of 35, as are these two now. We're just right on board a little bit. Oh, sorry, Paul. Put the Mozza on you. And Paul now drops back, and he will just need to chill out a little bit. He's got plenty of time behind him. Jaden Squires. He's at a different race weekend, let alone a different track. Sorry, mate. And I think that's pretty settled now as we have our leader, Sebi, who has started the final lap. Let's let him take us around through turn number 2 into the turn 3 and 4 complex, Pont de la Concorde, and it's called, through turn 5 into the tricky turn 6, one of the last places where you can stuff it. Round 7, does he get any DRS? No, he doesn't from the car ahead. JJ picks up a pen. Now coming into 8 and 9, another place where you can really do some damage. Not Sebi, not tonight. He's 11.5 seconds ahead. He makes his way up to the hairpin, and he probably will get some DRS now. He won't be used to that. He might have too much overspeed coming into the final corner. Let's see, the rear wing. Don't think it opened up. Oh, and yes, Sebi. Be a little bit nervous there, I reckon, as he makes into the final corners through the Wall of Champions. Sebi with a bit of a swervy curvy crosses the line in an absolutely dominant performance into P1. 10.5 seconds behind is Jetman, who will take home P2 for the Mercedes. Peanut, he will keep that P3 even though he has that 3-second penalty. Further 10 seconds behind, and Domwar now in P4 crosses the line, followed by the Battle Cat, who's had an awesome race. Actually loved his race tonight. Battle Cat puts himself up into P5. But there it is. Absolute domination from Sebi. 10 seconds from Jetman from Peanut. Just like that, it is the end of the Canadian Grand Prix. Kill those. Sebi goes for a little bit of a dance up on the podium. Keyboard, that's right. Alright, Sebi. Hopefully we'll get Seb and Jetman. Let's get rid of, oh, communicating with online services. Continue. There we go. So Sebi takes out the win from Jetman, from Peanut. And yeah, there we can see the rest. A few DNFs at the bottom there. Franz from Deadly Fuller and Cubing, unfortunately. The game is going to start shitting itself very, very shortly. Peanut. Oh, jeepers. Control B. All right. So we'll just wait for the lads to jump into the commentary box. Let's see if this works. I'll create a new screen. I'm going to turn the music off. There we go. Alrighty. So hopefully we can get the lads into the comms box. And we can talk some poopies with them. Ooh, do I hear movement? Alright, I'm going to drag Peanut in. I'm pretty sure I can. Actually, we need to jump into the podium box because, yeah, half the people don't get access. Let's jump in there. Confirm. Alrighty. Let's start off with our P3. I can see Peanut is in here. Good evening, sir. Congratulations on the P3. Talk to me, mate. Well, did you enjoy that one first and foremost?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, well, it was a pretty intense one. At a couple of moments with cubing with his bad connection.
Yeah.
Picked up picked up a front wing damage, so I was sort of forced to run with it until the first pit window. But yeah, made it work, and at the end of the day, seemed like the medium hard was the way to go.
Yeah, well, this is, as we know, the game did have a little bit of an update through the week, and we do know the tyres have changed, or the compounds for Montreal have changed. Did you do much testing during the week, and did you notice any difference between earlier in the week and tonight?
To be honest, I have not done a single lap of practice for Canada. The last race we did was for a previous league, but yeah, no, I was really fortunate and really lucky to have it pay off.
Well, mate, there you go. You've just unlocked it. No practice. Get yourself on the podium. Happy days. Move on to the next one.
Yeah, no, I'm not too positive there's going to be a concurring thing, but yeah, no, definitely going to take it.
Yeah. Oh well, absolutely. Just towards the end there, you had obviously you were carrying a 3 second penalty. You could see Domwar 3 and a bit seconds behind. Was it a little bit nervous for you, or did you just have full trust that you'd be able to stay that 3 seconds ahead of him?
Well, I was hoping that his mediums were going to fall off, and fortunately for me, it did.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw the gap opening up, and it was like not a little sigh of relief, a big one.
Yep.
So now I'm really happy that
So,
everything paid off the way it should.
so you should be, mate, because it was a great race from you tonight. And yeah, it has been rewarded with a lovely podium. So yeah, good on you. That's brilliant stuff. I'm just having a look at the standings. What does it do for you in the standings here? Uh, Not much.
Yeah, not much, but
Well,
it's a stepping stone. We'll
hey,
take it from there.
it's your first podium for the season, mate, in tier three here. So I can see. Yeah, well, mate, you got colour next to your name now. That's a good thing. So long may it continue. Good stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Alrighty, well done, mate.
Yeah, I think you have a good one.
You too, man. Congrats.
Yeah.
Let's bring in the Mercedes driver, Jetman. Hey, talk to me about that race. First, from your point of view, and just a little bit of a comment of the guy that finished, well, pretty much almost finished Zandvoort before we finished Canada tonight.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Nah, Canada's one of my favourite tracks. I also got my first league racing win here a couple of months ago, and I knew I was strong. I may have played in the wrong setup, but apparently it still worked, which that helped me a lot. And yeah, I guess I was just kind of cruising. Obviously the start was a little bit messy with Cubbing's internet. I know Peanut was in the battle with me, and we didn't know where to go because Cubbing was all over the place. And then that safety car came, that sort of helped me a little bit. And then she was just basically cruising on the hard tyres until I hit around 78%. I'm thinking, nah, these are going to pop. I'm going to pull in for mediums and see if they make it. And luckily they did. So, no, I felt like it was a nice cruisy race at Canada. And P2, yeah, pretty
Yeah,
good.
nice.
And congrats to Seb on the win and Peanut for third.
Yeah, well, we did notice the game actually popped up sometimes it pops up the tyres for whoever you're on board with, and we're on board with you, and it's up in the 70, or I think it was the high 60s on your hard run. I'm thinking, surely he's not going to try and take these to the end. Surely not. And then in my head, I obviously didn't want to say anything, but in my head, I'm thinking, well, he's definitely gone the balanced here because otherwise he would have come in for his second set of hards early doors. But yeah, coming onto those mediums at the end, you were actually rocketing a little bit. Not quite enough though to make any inroads into Max Verstappen just ahead of you.
Yeah, nah, I reckon Seb had the better pace than me all race, and yeah, I knew as soon as I seen that 78, I'm thinking, nope, getting off these tyres and get it onto mediums because
Yeah.
I was debating whether to go the harder compound or the balance. So I went balance. I'm thinking, have I made a risk here? And I was like later on in the race, I'm thinking, oh, it actually worked for once.
It
So
worked well for you. Yeah, it worked out
yeah,
okay for you in the end. So yeah, very nice, mate. Next is Zandvoort. How you liking that one?
Um, Not one of my favorite tracks, I would say. Yeah, it's just not my type of track, but I know I'll be practicing just to see if I like it a little bit more.
Oh,
In the coming days next week.
based on what we've seen tonight, I think the whole grid's going to need to put in a little bit of practice because
Yeah,
this man he's running away with it now. Congratulations to you, Jetman. Fantastic
thank you.
from you. I think let me just have a look. I think you're P4 if I'm not mistaken in the championships, and you're going to get a nice chunk of points on Tetris who's in P3. Actually, you're P3 now.
Yeah,
But
not
yeah,
bad.
it should be good, mate. Should be good. A nice second half of the season coming up. It should be nice and close. So looking forward to watching it. Good on you, mate.
Yep. Cheers. Thank you.
Alrighty, and finally, last but not least, let's bring in Mr. L Grand Slam. Pole position, fastest lap, win, led every lap. Just did it in an absolute canter. I've got a feeling that the wrong person's been promoted into Pier 2 out of Team Red Bull. Congratulations, Captain. Captain. Well done tonight, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Slammer. It's yeah, means a lot. Yeah, obviously, look, tonight was exactly what we wanted to achieve. Qualifying didn't actually necessarily begin on the greatest of foot. When I went on a flying lap, got blocked down into turn 3. I think a car had disqualified on track, and some words were so usual as you'd know. But then just decided we've got the fuel. We'll go again, which typically isn't the style that I do go in. And have a chat with the boys last night. A couple of things they did in qualifying that I did tonight that I wasn't happy with last night. But yeah, managed to put the car in pole and just hooked it up that lap. And obviously starting the race, coming out of turn 2, I could see that cubing behind had the point in it, which just I knew I had to pull from then on, and I had to keep pushing.
Yep.
Safety car came out at a decent time for us.
Yeah.
Box onto the hards, and we just kind of led from there. 4 or 5 cars behind me were on used tyres. Cold used tyres are worse. Cold new tyres. Pulled from them, and it just kind of seemed like I could maintain the pace from there. Jetman boxed, and I just knew from there, look, it's easy. We'll box now. We've got the gap.
Yeah.
Look, it's sad that the team is slowly being gutted. Obviously, we lost yourself in Tier 3. We're making driver movements in other tiers as well. So the team is slowly being gutted by both myself and the admins, which is sad. We're trying to take a big fight to Mercedes. And it kind of as a big push for that. And we're making important signings elsewhere, particularly to the man who, had to listen to me tonight, which I wasn't too angry tonight, actually. But yeah, big help from Josh tonight. And it does look like he'll be slotting in that Tier 1 pool for us at Red Bull. So making movements, trying to close up on the gap. If the admins want to move me up, I'm happy to get moved up. But I mean, yeah, it's just sad that the championship fight is slowly dwindling because of these movements.
I wouldn't say dwindling, mate. Like before this round, it was only, what was it, 9 points. Yeah, there's a long way to go in this season. Long way. I don't even think we're halfway, are we?
We're not halfway. No, we're not halfway.
Plenty of driver movements, both for Team Red Bull and pretty much every other team to go. Lots of water to get under the bridge. But I suppose back looking at Sebi himself, a real championship run is definitely on in earnest now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, I drive to win championships. I drive for success. I drive to win.
Yeah.
I'm here to win. I wouldn't do this if I wasn't a competitive person. And look, whether it's, a fight every lap with the driver and having to do it on strategy or it's maintaining the pace, I'm prepared to both do it myself and help out my drivers with how and the way that they wish. And you'd be well aware of that at Team Red Bull.
Absolutely.
I'm here to help the boys,
Absolutely.
where I can. So, look, we'll see what happens with this Drivers' Championship. Hopefully it continues. But, hopefully also the fight to Mercedes, it continues, and we'll see it continue on.
Yeah, well, mate, it's been fantastic watching you tonight, that's for sure. May the championship run continue for you personally in earnest and for your Red Bull team. Thanks for having me as well over the first few weeks. But well, I'll still be there.
Yeah, no, exactly right. You're always welcome. You're always
Oh,
welcome.
why, thank you, kind sir. Thank you. All right, well, look, we're going to bring that to a head now. That is it. We are done. We are dusted. That is Tier 3 finished. That is round 6, I think, finished in total for AUSF1. We'll get the standings out very, very shortly, and we'll see where it all lies after 3 magnificent races around the Canadian circuit. Gilles Villeneuve, I think it's called. Before we go, next week's Zandvoort. Just before I do let him go, how do you feel about Zandvoort, Sebi?
I'm a fan. I'm a fan
Yeah.
of Zandvoort. Look, goals of mine in terms of league racing have improved in many areas, and it's a track that we'll most certainly be touching quite soon and doing
Yeah.
quite a lot of workout.
Lovely.
So, look, we'll do the race to begin with, and then we'll be hitting Zandvoort a lot harder than we've hit tracks.
Good stuff.
There's gonna be some sweat, tears, and hopefully some blood in there as well.
Oh, yes, just what I like to hear. Well, that is it. We'll bring it to a close there, ladies and gents. Thanks for tuning in. For those, hope you enjoyed the evening, and yeah, we'll see you all next week. Good night.